Have you ever made a decision when you were really angry and later wished you could take it back? We've all been there. Today, I want to share a powerful story about a young king who learned this lesson the hard way. It's a tale that reveals how keeping a calm mind can be your greatest superpower. Meet King David, a young ruler who had just taken the throne. He was lucky to have Edward, a wise and trusted advisor, by his side. Edward had been his teacher since he was a child, guiding him with patience and wisdom. But David, like many young leaders, was full of passion and sometimes a quick temper. One day, disaster struck the kingdom. A sudden and severe food crisis hit, and the people grew restless and hungry. The pressure mounted on the young king. His storehouses were nearly empty, and his people were on the verge of panic. It was the first major test of his reign, and he felt the weight of the entire kingdom on his shoulders. Desperate for a solution, David summoned his ministers. One of them, a nobleman named Marcus, proposed a drastic measure. He suggested imposing a heavy tax on the farmers to buy grain from a neighboring kingdom. Marcus argued it was the only quick way to solve the crisis. Hearing this, the other ministers, driven by fear and panic, quickly agreed. It seemed like a fast, decisive solution. David, feeling overwhelmed and pressured to act, was about to approve the plan. But just as he was about to give the order, his old teacher, Edward, stepped forward. Edward calmly advised him, "Your Majesty, a decision made in haste and anger is rarely a wise one. Let us not rush. Give me 3 days, and I will find a better way." David was frustrated. 3 days seemed like an eternity when his people were starving. His first instinct was to lash out and dismiss Edward's plea. He thought, "What can an old man do in 3 days that my entire council can't figure out now?" He was angry at the situation, at his council's lack of better ideas, and even a little at Edward for questioning his judgment. The temptation to just do something anything was immense. But then he looked into Edward's calm, steady eyes. He remembered all the lessons his teacher had taught him about patience being a form of strength. Taking a deep breath, David decided to trust the man who had guided him his entire life. Against his every impulse, he agreed. 3 days. Edward, but no more. The court was stunned. Many whispered that the king was being weak and indecisive. Those 3 days were agonizing for David. Every report of suffering from the villagers felt like a personal failure. He barely slept, wrestling with regret and doubt. Had he made a terrible mistake? Should he have just followed Marcus's plan? His anger and anxiety were at a boiling point. He was ready to storm into Edward's chambers and demand an answer. On the morning of the 3rd day, Edward returned. He wasn't followed by guards or tax collectors. Instead, he brought with him a group of engineers and farmers. Edward had spent the 3 days not looking for money, but for a real solution. He had discovered an old, forgotten aqueduct system that, with a few repairs, could redirect water from a mountain river to irrigate thousands of acres of dry farmland. The engineers explained that this would not only solve the current crisis by allowing them to grow their own emergency crops, but would also prevent future droughts. It was a long-term, sustainable solution that didn't punish the farmers but empowered them. It was a solution born not from panic, but from calm, creative thinking. Seeing this brilliant plan, King David was flooded with a mix of relief and shame. He realized how close he had come to making a disastrous decision. Taxing the already struggling farmers would have led to rebellion and deeper poverty. His anger and impatience had almost led him down a path of regret. He had been focused on a quick fix, while Edward was focused on the right fix. David immediately approved Edward's plan. The whole kingdom was mobilized, and working together, they repaired the aqueduct. Water flowed to the barren lands, and soon green shoots began to appear. The crisis was averted, and the kingdom became more prosperous than ever before. David had learned his most valuable lesson as a king. True power isn't in making fast decisions, but in making wise ones. And wisdom rarely shouts. It often whispers, waiting for a calm mind to listen. This story isn't just about a king and a crisis. It's about us. How often do we react to problems with anger, fear, or impatience? Whether it's in an argument with a loved one, a stressful situation at work, or a personal challenge, our first impulse is often to react quickly and forcefully. We want to solve the problem now. But as King David learned, actions driven by anger often create more problems than they solve. The real wisdom lies in pausing. It's about taking that deep breath, stepping back from the heat of the moment, and allowing our minds to become calm. A calm mind is a creative mind. It sees possibilities where an angry mind sees only problems. It finds solutions that are constructive, not destructive. Patience isn't about doing nothing. It's about giving yourself the space to do the right thing. So the next time you feel that surge of anger or panic, remember King David and his wise advisor, Edward. Remember that your greatest strength is your ability to stay calm under pressure. A wise decision can change everything, and a wise advisor, whether it's a friend, a mentor, or even that quiet voice inside you, is absolutely priceless. Thanks for watching. If this story resonated with you, hit that like button and subscribe for more content on wisdom for modern life. See you in the next video.